You are about to watch 18 minutes of pure door-to-door pitching advice gold. Join me as I take you on a flashback journey in time through this compilation video of some of my best videos and my best advice spliced together to help you get more conversations started, the easy way, get on more roofs, and most importantly, to make more sales. My name is Adam Bensman. Welcome or welcome back. Now please enjoy.
Roofing sales is personal development in disguise, and the reward for growth is life-changing. I hope my content helps you create a richer life and bank account.
Today we're going to talk about acing your pitch at the door to start those conversations. I want to open with a question. What is the number one thing that needs to happen when you knock on a door? Is it to get your pitch in? Is it to introduce yourself? The answer is none of those. It's to start a conversation. Follow-up question. What's the best way to start a conversation? It's to ask a question. And if you can ask an open-ended question, which requires some thinking, you'll start a conversation much easier than asking a close-ended question, which is a yes or no. Chances are, some discomfort that you might experience as a salesperson or a new salesperson will inspire you to ask close-ended questions like, has anyone been out to take a look at your roof yet? That's a close-ended question because there's two answers, yes or no, which says, no, we're good, thanks, boom, door's closed. So I'm gonna give you a few examples. When I knock on a door, right? Dogs are gonna go nuts right now, watch. Knock on the door, and I'm gonna say, they're gonna answer, I'm gonna say, oh, hi there, my name's Adam. I've been working with Sally next door on their roof. Now, the reason I'm stopping by, when I met Sally, her roof only was covered part of the way. We ended up getting it covered the full way. We'll be doing it next week. Just wanted to stop by and ask you how the process went with the insurance company. So it's kind of uncomfortable, by the way, end of role play, to ask that question that way. But all I ask is, how's the insurance process been for you? I also referenced that that claim was partially covered. Now we got it fully covered. You'll notice that's an open-ended question. She's off guard. She knows that I'm working with Sally, the neighbor. We can start a simple question. That's associated with a specific part of the claims process where the claim was partially paid. Here's another example. We knock. Oh, hey, we haven't met yet. My name's Adam. I'm with the Roof Strategist. And we've been in the Golden Hills subdivision helping folks who've had their claims denied initially by the insurance company get their claims approved. And I just wanted to stop by and see what the outcome was for your roof. Boom, it's open-ended. They're going to tell you. It doesn't matter if their claim was denied. That's the kicker, right? Because if her claim was approved and she has a check in hand, she goes, oh, you know what? We must have been lucky. We got the paperwork. It's covered. We're just looking for a roofer. Great. Now, I don't need to tell you what to do. You know what you have to do. Perfect. Perfect opportunity to say, fantastic. Well, I'm glad you got covered. Do you mind if I take a look and I might be able to help you out or get you on your way? Yeah, great. Now we're further in the conversation, right? You don't need to get too far ahead of yourself with the pitch. So keep it short and ask an open-ended question. Now, to help you along this process to formulate your questions by referencing the neighborhood, the type of people, the claims process, the neighbor's name, if you can keep it to, let's say, 5 sentences or less, with an open-ended question that requires thought for them to start a conversation, you're gonna set that hook at the door. If you follow this advice, by the way, door knocking starts to suck a whole lot less because you don't think that every door that you knock on, you're trying to sell right away. Reframe your thinking. I'm just here to start a conversation. How would I do it, right? Start those conversations. The sale will happen naturally. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you the 3 keys to ace your pitch. I want to break down these elements in order, the order in which I learned them and the order in which I want to help you fast track this experience. So the first is the obvious one, which is the verbal. This is what we say when we're pitching, right? Everyone focuses here. They want the perfect script, the talk track. You want to know exactly what to say when you're approaching the door so you can stay quick on your feet, that you're able to navigate whatever the customer throws at you. And this is, in my world, what I teach, the formulas. So we have the SLAP formula for pitching at the door. Say hi, break the ice. Let them know why you're there. Ask an open-ended question. Present to their answer. We have the ARO formula for objection handling and the car park formula for closing. Now, what's funny about this is only like 10 to 30% of human communication is verbal, literal, the words that are coming out. 70 to 90% fall into these 2 other categories, which is tonality and body language, which I'm going to break down here in a second. Again, everybody's first place to start, and this is the right order to go through them, in my opinion. You have to learn this stuff in order. First, you have to learn what to say. And whether you're using your stuff, my stuff, a combo, I teach these formulas. And the reason I teach formulas is formulas are fluid. They can be adapted on the fly to meet the customer's situation, to blend in your unique style and flair and culture and personality. But what they do is allow you to knock down the right dominoes in the right order in order to get the sale. And so many people fall into this business who are quote unquote good with people, right? They're natural conversationalists. They make friends easy, but they often talk themselves out of sales or simply can't talk their way into a sale. There's a big reason behind that. In the storm game, there's 7 different scenarios we need to pitch to. In the retail, there's 4. So having a word for word script just doesn't apply to the real world. And that's why I teach these formulas. So first we have to start off on the verbal and acing what you're going to say in the main categories. And these are the main 3 that I see. It's presenting at the door, the SLAP formula, objection handling, the ARO formula, and then presenting and closing, which is the car park formula. So we have to get those fundamentals down. Next, we need to move on to tonality. You'll notice tonality is before body language. Now, why is this? Because the tone in which we speak will greatly impact the message. It will greatly impact how the story feels. And when it comes down to it, our number one mission in sales is to guide the feeling, to create the feeling for our customer to be heard, understood, and then guided to taking the action that we know in our heart of hearts is best for them. When we learn to play with our tonality, we can use intonations. We can change our cadence. We can change the way our voice sounds. And all of this will change the meaning in how our message is being heard, connected with, and understood with our customer, or hopefully soon to be customer. So playing with your tonality, using pauses, they draw people in. Going from really exciting to making people feel heard and understood, to being someone who's speaking out of authority, saying this is exactly what you need to do and how it's going to go. And all of this changes just by changing our tone, which leaves us to the last piece. So the body language will be how your customer feels when connecting with you. Ultimately, what comes across as confident is communicating clearly, having your hands in the right position, blading your stance to be non-threatening, using facial cues, eyebrow flashes, chin raises, where you're lifting your head up, and using these sweeping, calm gestures that show that you know what's going on versus being like a spastic squirrel. And you'll see this as you communicate with people that are calm and confident. They use these big, wide, sweeping gestures. Their hands are clearly visible. They're not fidgety. When we become aware of how people perceive us, we then become more in control of the messages that we send. And at the end of the day, the verbal messages, the tonality and body language all come together to signal to our customers, this is trustworthy. This person is confident. They're hearing you and they're guiding you with their authority and expertise. So my message to you is to practice these 3 in this order. In this video, I'm going to dive deep into giving you a tactical strategy to master your very first second at the door, to make door knocking easier and to help you start even more conversations. Number 1 is to disarm the customer. Basically say, no, it's okay. I'm not here to hurt you. Because again, I know that's a dramatic explanation, but the truth is that's what people are thinking. Remember, we are human animals by nature. We are animals, all right? We lose sight of the fact that we still have these survival instincts, and safety and our own safety is one of them. So we have to disarm them and say, hey, we're good. Number 2 is we have to make them feel comfortable with us. People are only going to engage with someone that they're comfortable with. And then number 3 is to begin building trust. And these all go hand in hand by, again, understanding what they were thinking at the door, who is this and what do they want, and then learning to disarm, create comfort, and trust. This is how to maximize that 1 second, your very first second at the door. Number 1, you're going to laugh at me for this one, is to smile. Now, the reason I'm covering this is because it is so critically important to friggin' smile, to be happy, to make other people see your joy, an authentic smile, not a cheesy smile, okay, that's forced, but a real smile that engages your forehead, your eyes, and the corners of your mouth, all right? I cover this because for some reason, there's a trend, someone's gonna hate me for saying this, but I'm saying it. Sometimes men are the worst at this. They get too serious, and I swear it's like a comfort thing. They'll answer the door, they'll have this very serious face on, like, I'm here for business, and I'm here to tell you exactly how I can help you, ma'am. And it's going to be very heavy and straight to the point. And it's just like super threatening and not really fun. And people, again, does that help disarm them when you're the straight shooter, serious guy? No. Smile a little bit. You have to check up from the neck up. So next, beyond smiling, is to use the eyebrow flash. You've heard me talk about this, hopefully, in the other videos I've done on body language. The eyebrow flash, okay, one of those, see my forehead? The eyebrow flash is kind of the international signal. Your friend walks by, okay, if you're in conversation, you see that familiar, some in the background, we kind of just do that little eyebrow flash. We see someone we know, and it's a signal of, hey, I see you, I'm friendly, what's up? It's a really inquisitive and inviting gesture that people read and understand, even if it's not conscious. So again, person one answers the door with a burrowed frown. They're serious versus this. Who do you like more? Duh. We're going to put this all together here in the end. The next thing is the chin tilt. Okay, chin tilt, or some people call it the head tilt, but I call it the chin tilt. Why? Because the chin comes up. So we put it all together. Smile, eyebrow flash, chin comes up. By the way, I can't even separate them because I just do this naturally all the time. It's like my instinct when I meet people, and the reason I do that is it makes people feel good. It puts them at ease. It disarms them, and you'll be amazed at how much softer, more natural, random conversations are, whether it's with a hostess at a restaurant, a server, customer service, checking in the airlines, trying to work your way up into a better seat when you're about to take off on a flight. So all these little gestures really disarm people. And then the fourth thing is to blade your stance and leave space. And you know what? I'm going to throw in one more. Okay. This is the 1 second breath. This 1 second breath is what's going to buy that time for you to let this message you sent that homeowner. Yeah, I said it. The message, these four little body language signals, to sink in, disarm them, create comfort and trust before you begin pitching. So I'm going to first show you what not to do, and then I'm going to put all 5 of these together so you can see them. Okay. So the first one, what's not to do. I'm squared up, I'm straight faced, and I'm too close to the customer. And I start talking instantly. Hi there, my name's Adam, and the reason I'm here today. Okay, so that's the experience number 1, or experience number 2. I've created some space. I've bladed my stance. The door is going to open. I'm going to smile. I'm going to do a chin raise. All right. I'm going to lift my eyebrow with the eyebrow flash. I'm going to take that breath, and then I'm going to start talking. So again, putting it together. Hey there. Hey, my name's Adam. Do you see the difference? Do you feel the difference on that 1 second? Now, when you do this, it very well might feel like an eternity, but I promise you, it really isn't. What you've done is disarmed, created comfort and trust by giving them space and sending the right signals to them that they interpret completely unconsciously. And the stuff works magic. Now, practice this on the very next door you hit, and I promise you, it's going to help you develop confidence, settle into the quiet nature, and learn how to send those right body language signals to maximize your very first and most important second at the door. The perfect 10-second pitch. The hardest part of pitching is actually boiling it down into the essence of what you need to say, because it's much easier to go longer than it is shorter. We are going to be using the foundations of the SLAP formula. All right. So let's identify the SLAP formula real quick for the new folks. This is the foundation of my door-to-door approach. If you're new here, this is it. S, say hi and break the ice. But in this, we only got 10 seconds. We're going to trim the icebreaker because let's be real. If someone says, give me 10 seconds, are you going to compliment their dog, their rose garden, or the truck in their driveway? No. We're going to cut to it. Then we're going to let them know why we are showing up. And we're going to make it relevant to their neighborhood, whether we're brand new in the neighborhood, whether we just got a roof approved, whether we just signed a customer, whether we just did an inspection. Then we're going to ask an open-ended question. This is how we're going to shift gears real quick to get the homeowner talking. We got 10 seconds to get it out. Then we're going to get him or her speaking before we present to their answer. Let's get to it. I want to show you a few live examples. And shot clock ready? Go. I'll cut right to it. My name's Adam. I just got off Peggy's roof. We just got her roof approved by the insurance. Wanted to stop by and ask, where are you at in the insurance process? I delayed the stop 8.18 seconds. I said hi. I let him know why I was here, which was I just got off Peggy's roof and we just got her approved. I asked my open-ended question, how has the process been for you? Okay, let's give you another example. Reset. Hey, my name's Adam. I'll cut right to it. I just got off Peggy's roof. We just decided to move forward getting her roof replaced, and I wanted to ask, when was the last time you had your roof inspected? 9.3 seconds for a retail pitch. Okay. What you'll see here is by boiling down the essence and practicing this, you can boil your pitch into the tightest, most compact package, trim the fat, and jump right into it. So now your job is to take what you just learned today and practice your 10-second pitch. And remember, we need to practice for when we're new in the neighborhood. When we sign so new, I'm just going to write new in the hood, so I can save some writing. Then when we sign a new customer, I use that example. She just chose us to do the roof. Okay. Then another scenario when the job gets scheduled. Then on install day. And then also when it's paid in full, meaning you've already completed the roof. You've done the roof in the neighborhood. So we break this down into these scenarios. And when you rehearse them, you will never, ever, ever get caught on your heels again. And you will ace your 10-second pitch. I'm going to let you in on the most powerful pitching secret that I wish I knew when I got started in roofing sales. A secret so powerful that it can supercharge your pitch, whatever it is that you're doing. Now, this video is going to help you plug that hole and start closing deals like a real professional. And this was inspired by a true event that I had, from a training event that I just hosted in Atlanta. I was brought down by Preferred Roofing Supply. We were doing role play. We broke into small groups. And then at the end of our small group role play, this woman comes up to me, who, by the way, was a killer salesperson. She had drive like I've never seen. She was quick. She was smooth talking. And we did this role play. I gave her the objection. I said, hey, thanks for coming out. You know what? I'm not interested because we're moving in a few years, which you and I both know means that homeowner doesn't want to deal with it. They don't care. It's the next owner's problem. And immediately she countered with, well, if we can find enough damage, would you be interested? And I'm like, you're selling solutions. You can't just sell a solution. And we had a deep conversation about it, which is what inspired this video, because I kept seeing this happen in our role play. All this positivity, all this solution selling. So what is this pitching secret? What is this powerful, the most powerful pitching secret that I've been teasing you with up until now? It is this. You cannot sell a solution without one thing first. What is it? Starts with a P. To have a solution, there must first be a problem. Without a problem, there is no solution. We must first identify the problem. That is why in all the formulas that I teach, the slap formula at the door, the car park formula, closing in the house, the first thing we do in the presentation is identify the problem. If the homeowner does not have a problem or think they don't have a problem with the roof, they're going to say, we're fine, no thank you. So we first need to have a problem, which is why in the SLAP formula, what do? We ask an open-ended question. Where in the process are you? And now when they say, what process are you talking about? I can pitch to that to then identify or create the problem, get up on the roof to then present the solution. With this being said, the secret to pitching that people do not talk about in roofing sales is forget all of your solutions, forget your positivity. We must first identify the problem. Without a problem, there is no solution. If you're someone who is selling solutions, free this, free that, best, what you want to do is start by asking questions. When you're at the door, where are you at in the process? The homeowner might say something like, hey, what are you talking about? I know that they're not aware of the problem, and I can speak to that. If they say, hey, my insurance company was out already and said we had a few small repairs, I can speak to that. My insurance was out. They denied us. Boom, I can speak to that. We're just sitting on a check and we want an estimate. Now what I can do is identify that scenario, ask probing questions, and uncover their problem before I sell a solution. And the right salesperson, who is a killer salesperson, has patience to focus on the problem first. So my pitching secret for you, my friend, is this simple. First, find the problem before presenting the solution. Because would you agree that you're going to sell a roof differently to someone who, on the retail side, is going to replace their roof in 5 to 7 years than you would to someone who has a leak, who needs it fixed yesterday? Yes or no? Yeah, you're going to sell to those differently. And that, my friend, is why I do not believe in word-for-word scripts and talk tracks in the one way to sell a roof. Because what you do is you sell this generic solution all the way to the end, and the homeowner's like, oh, when's this person going to be done? Where instead, you could identify the problem, ask probing questions, they take ownership of the problem, and you present the solution that is tailor-made just for them.